The Olfactory Inversion by Richard Gessner. A man's sense of smell is reversed, so fragrances smell like stenches and vice versa. His nose has dyslexia. To skip through a field of lilacs in early spring is equivalent to being tethered to a corpse during the high heat of summer. The aroma of freshly baked bread is like the effluvia from an army's combat boots after marching through swamps for several weeks without stopping. When the nose has dyslexia, the conventions of clean and dirty mutate amok. Nightmares of being dunked in vats of perfume become the norm. Social status disintegrates and intimacy with a skunk brings joy. The man burrows into remote dung heaps further and further away from the tyrannies of soap. When the nose has dyslexia, the predictable roles of behavior are scrambled anew. Musk-entrenched supermen get stampeded by berserk fawns in heat. Germ-phobics fondle dung beetles, whom with freshly molested vigor do hind leg roll-ups as squeaky clean solid citizens. The school marm prude finds the hidden rabid snapping turtle in her soul, after being bitten by rotten apples, given jaws by the teacher's pet gone astray. When the nose has dyslexia, ambitions are fully realized. Rampant desire surpasses grandiose expectation. A wart on a baboon's ass blossoms into a more fragrant than thou perfume garden berry, infecting the bestial psychopath, who then penetrates with valor the furious posteriors of mandrills and drills, shimmying with profane delight. Eager vines of algae, growing up from centuries of neglected teeth, climb greedily towards the fortune of a fresh-breath heiress. Gooey Pollyannas wash their mouths out with soap before reciting mantras of bland nicety to contrite career criminals gnawing on clean conscience bunions jutting from angels' feet. When the nose has dyslexia, sacred values of societal dust are sculpted into new poisons by the playful rogue nostril metastasizing. The outhouse leper becomes a vengeful king, skinning the pillars of communities, turning their hides into outhouse doormats. Blind peeping toms suddenly regain their sight, munching on outhouse doormat brittle, thus seeing and tasting time-honored models of proper conduct. Yeast-infected vaginas curtsy with hypnotic finesse, flirting with clownish tumescent yam jam giraffes, spurting forth voyeurs, turning into martyrs, turning into manic surgeons, whittling skunky joy toys in a sleepless scalpel trance. When the nose has dyslexia, the lightning of childhood memory strikes unlikely victims. Oceans of crystallized feeling awaken from deep sleeps, reinventing the heart. The most hardened loan shark gets entangled, softened, and diced up by 1,000 frail sadnesses evoked by the rubbery wet scent of his retarded baby sister's favorite dolly lost in a distant rainstorm. A once loud-mouthed schoolyard bully becomes a mute, wise old sage who has transcended all utterance, ruminating inwardly, building shrines of fierce cookie crumb folly from remnants of desserts the bully once coerced from the trembling hands of weaklings entombed in the bowels of forgotten grammar school lunchrooms. The cold stares of ultra-strict babysitters, blessed with gray nose hair eminence, soberly stretch a little brat's dirty diapers into an almighty circus tent tundra, sheltering cleaner than clean orphans sired by soap bubbles popping. When the nose has dyslexia, embarrassment lurks in excess. The man narrowly escapes the lewd clutches of germ-phobics, hiding in layers of undigested corn kernels, waiting to leap out and fondle him. The man burrows inexorably deeper into remote dung heaps, further and further away from the tyrannies of soap, eventually reaching paradise, where fragrant nirvana is sweetest, and stench lost its voice to the carrion bird who sings dirty in reverse. The man enters the nose has dyslexia restaurant. As frail diced up cubes of sensitive loan sharks say grace. Crowds of manic surgeons, saddened by lost wet dollies, prepare and serve a meal in a sleepless scalpel trance. The man eats with his hands, tasting 1,000 new paradises, blessed by the voice of stench stolen by the carrion birds, singing dirty in reverse. Suddenly the outhouse leper turned vengeful king appears, interrupting the man's meal, pedantically assailing him with correct table manner etiquette, forcing a squeaky clean knife and fork into his dungy fingers.